I know, right? It's like you have to use it.
So I got to buy the thing, and then I have to pay for the electricity to make it
Yeah,
work.
yeah, you gotta pay extra.
Rude, rude. More money. It's
Yeah,
always more money.
subscription services, man. I tell you,
Absurd.
absurd.
What happened now?
I had to plug something in, and I just, it seemed, it's 2024. Shouldn't have to do that these days.
Plugging things in? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Real Talk with ZTS, where we, as brothers, search for ways to share our voices while having a good time just talking, having those real talk conversations, our shared experiences, and reacting to random topics and articles. As we always say, we all have something to share, and we look forward to sharing and building that community of stories that we can all relate to. Now enjoy the episode.
That's actually a good story. Earlier or late last week, my parents just lost internet, right? Like for some reason. So we chalked it up to being okay. Maybe the modem is old, modem router is old, so maybe it just needs to be replaced. So I bought them a new one, went over there to help them set it up and all that. And we have Xfinity, and usually they're pretty easy where you don't have to talk to anyone anymore. You could either do it yourself. There's because I don't know if you guys done this in a while. Maybe Tyler has. Maybe you haven't, Dustin. But when you have a new modem router, it's not simply plug and play. You have to notify your internet service provider that, hey, I got a new modem. Can you send power or internet to it, right?
Really?
Yeah. Because I thought, most times it's plug and play, right? It's the same coaxial, right? You just plug it to the wall, plug it to your modem, plug and play. But no, nowadays, maybe it's just for Xfinity, but you have to notify them. But it's pretty easy. You could just do it through the app, and then it does it. But I was having some issues where I had to live chat with them, which they're pretty good, like it's real-time live chat. But we were just struggling. Dude, I went there. It was supposed to be maybe a 30-minute hookup, right? Just to go in, get their cable started, everything's good. Yeah.
Sorry. 30 just a 30-minute hookup, and I was like,
yeah,
wait a minute, what are we talking about again? Oh yeah,
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, parents' house.
I realized, yeah. Not a Dune popcorn bucket that you have. No. Which is a 30-minute lasting. That's
pretty impressive.
Exactly.
That's impressive.
Depending on how you look at that.
Yeah. I mean, the average is got to be like maybe a second.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But anyway,
more than 10 seconds, anyways.
Yeah. But I had to get that out of the way, and it just wasn't working.
Weird way to play past the bucket,
Yeah.
No, we're not playing past the bucket. Especially not that bucket. All right, Dustin, we are going nowhere near that bucket if we ever come over and have a movie night at your house.
Hey, you said it.
No, yeah, we're not gonna go over there. I don't care how many. What are those two actresses that you said to us? One was what's that girl's name? The Barbie, the new Barbie girl.
It was one of them was not Margot Robbie.
I thought it was.
Well, see, I may have sent you one.
Wait, I said who are the two actresses? One of them was the Barbie girl, and the Barbie girl is Margot Robbie. The only reason why I know that's because I recently saw the movie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking about a different meme that I sent to somebody else. I'll share that with you guys really quick too.
Yeah.
Oh yes. One of them. Yes, that meme. Yes, that is Margot.
Who's the
Robbie.
other girl? The other girl. What's her name?
Sweeney.
Yes.
Sidney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Which I don't actually know who that is.
She's not in any major movies. If you watch HBO's HBO Nights, no, I'm just kidding. Do they even have that anymore?
Past Dark.
Yeah. wasn't that a thing when we were kids where it was like HBO had like a nighttime
yeah.
channel, and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like I never got a chance to see it, but like I
Skinemax. Yeah, that's my people thing.
yeah.
And by
Was
my
it
people, I
now?
mean,
Was
like,
it was it like hardcore or softcore?
No, it's just like softcore porn.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it. Thinking back now, like it would be less uncomfortable to watch that with your parents than like an episode of Rome, or like one of those
I don't think I've seen
shows, like one of the HBO
Oh yeah.
shows like that, where it's like it's practically like hardcore,
Oh wow.
and then like I would absolutely would rather not watch that with my parents.
Yeah,
I would
but,
rather
hey,
watch the original stuff if I had to.
yeah.
Not sure why I used
Seriously
that
though,
example.
you know
I don't
how
wanna
like
watch porn
as
with them.
yeah, you don't need
Just
to
to
tell
be
us.
clear.
It's a you people thing. I'm sure you guys do that all the time. That's how you guys do the bees and the what is it? The birds and the bees talks, right?
Oh God.
Yeah. Pick this hardcore porn video and we're gonna show you. Or we're gonna talk it through with you.
Yeah. No.
Oh man, you people. But
Yeah.
no, seriously though. Like if you've seen HBO's like White Lotus was popular.
Yeah,
I think
that
she
was
was
good.
only in season 1. And I think she was popular from
Euphoria.
that other show, Euphoria. There you
Wait
go.
a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not who I think it is. Sidney Sweeney. Does she have like a super dry sense of humor?
I don't know. Maybe. Hey, but it turns out, fun fact.
Yeah.
Unless I misread it, but I looked up her biography. Don't ask me why. But
Research.
Why?
Yeah, research purposes, right? But for the boys.
Why?
For the boys.
For the boys.
But
that's
apparently
something else.
she was born and raised in Eastern Washington.
Spokane.
Yeah, see? So she's one of us.
She probably does not think of you and her on the same plane here. No, this is not the person I was thinking of.
Is that a racial comment? Huh, Dustin?
Oh, certainly.
I'm just kidding.
No, what I mean is height.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know how tall she is. I didn't go that far in the research.
Neither do I. I was actually
she's 5'3".
Yeah.
So you guys if you were a single man, you guys would be perfect.
Yeah.
Wow, that even sounded like that even sounded terrible. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yeah.
This is derailing so quickly.
Yeah, we derailed about.
Yeah. It's all good,
Yeah,
Dustin. If you were a single bachelor as well, you'll have a good chance with Serena Williams. So it works out.
I love tennis. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I support women's tennis.
Me too. I love movies.
No, I love. Yeah.
So it works out.
I love it all.
Yeah. Anyways, let's jump right into this, man. It's been a while. Dustin, we missed you last week.
Yeah.
What an intro.
I feel like we already jumped into this.
I was gonna say.
Let's jump into a more serious topic.
Oh no! You're about to get the other meme I thought you were referring to. So yeah.
I haven't
start us off, and it'll here it comes.
Yeah.
Serious topic. I don't know. You said for the boys. That's pretty serious.
Oh yeah, and then here it is.
Use that for not
All
serious.
right, so for our listeners, Dustin has sent a text. Oh yeah. That's a good one.
It's a good one. See, when I sent the other one, then I was going to send this one. I was like, well, I don't want to like bombard you. Like, I never know.
Yeah.
You could be out with family. I mean, that's obviously not.
Yeah.
Too much, but
Dustin, for our listeners, Dustin just sent us a Pornhub link. No, I'm just kidding. Do they even allow Pornhub in your area anymore? They
do in Maryland, but not in Virginia. You have to have a VPN ID or something that you have to like upload if you want to.
An ID? Wow.
Yeah, like you have to use your driver's license. You have to upload it.
That's crazy.
I don't know where that's going. I mean,
yeah.
Like, is that going to Pornhub or is that going like to government?
To the government?
Yeah. Like, are they managing? Like, is the state of Virginia managing people's porn? And like, are they going to be like, well, we noticed an uptick,
right?
Yeah. Like, they come to your house. They're just like, we see that you had a bad day.
No, like, can you imagine if they just sent like a monthly audit, right? Just straight mail from the IRS saying,
Yeah.
Justin, we noticed you access porn 360 times in 1 week.
It's like you scrolled to
Uh.
page 7. Who damaged you? No. Imagine it being like like that thing on the outside where like it spins and it like shows how much electricity you're using.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that? Imagine if that just like you walk past someone in the house, that thing is just like
Just whirling. It literally just pops off the glass shield on it.
Yeah, it just breaks off. It's just like
yeah. I mean, because we talked about this long time ago when I think it was like a southern state that was, or maybe it was Utah, that was
no, it was Virginia that you were thinking of. And now Texas just did it.
Okay. Was it Virginia? I swear it was like more western. I swear it was like Utah.
Well, they probably did
long time
decades
ago. No, not decades ago. Like I brought up this article like I want to say like 6 months ago, maybe. But anyways, whatever it is, Virginia, Utah, same states.
Yeah,
it's
same
thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
The fact that this law actually went through is kind of shocking because that's like like what you would call like a blue law. It's like to manage your vices.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing because that is like right now there's a Republican governor, but that won't happen again for another like 100 years after he gets voted out in a couple of years. Oh, so man. Like it's a very strange. I don't understand why this is happening. Why the poor people of Virginia are being, throttled.
Yeah.
I crack myself up.
No, but seriously though. I'm seeing like more states do it,
It's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't like maybe it's like a bandwidth problem. Maybe maybe you never know. Like think about how much streaming think about how much videos take up. So maybe it's a bandwidth thing. And then the stage are like, you know what? Hey, there's too much coming in, going out, and we can slow that down.
Or, just like everything else, the government wants taxes from, first there was marijuana. Now, what if they just want to tax pornography? Because,
they already do.
Don't they already tax pornography?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, people are getting like, 1099s, I'm guessing. Like, I don't know. Do you think you get like an actual like come in interview with a resume, or like do you think you get like a W-2? You know what I mean? Like,
are you talking about
W-4?
Are you talking about a porn star, or are you talking about the performers?
Yeah, I think you get like a W-4, or do you think it's like a 1099? Like, go get your own insurance.
Yeah. I feel like you're a contractor. You're contracted, right?
Yeah, because technically you're a model or an actor.
Yeah, because not from experience, but from hearing from a friend, there's multiple porn studios, and sometimes you'll see your favorite actress go to different studios. I'm sure if it was a W-4 type deal, you'll only see one actress per studio, and not that I know that. It's just more, a friend told me about this recently.
So, yeah.
I mean, know what I'm talking about, right?
If you ever want to pass the evidence by, I can always, validate it,
I'll send you a few. Respectfully, granny porn, right? Because that's your favorite.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll send you.
Yeah.
I'll send you favorite performers.
You know what I like.
Over 70. Yeah,
that's right.
Hey, but speaking of that, speaking of geriatrics, I don't know. Okay, is geriatric like a very bad word to say to someone? I
don't think it.
It's a medical term, though, right?
It is, but you're using as a pejorative. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
I'm sure you aren't going to be like they just love flowers. No, you were gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I wasn't sure where you were going with this, man. When you were,
I'll go to this next article
that, as you were talking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was
granny porn. You're like, well, speaking of that.
Speaking
where the hell are we going with this conversation?
Speaking of older people, maybe just older man.
I think that's the correct term.
Older
people.
Yeah, not geriatric. Yeah. Destin and
elderly?
Geriatrics a little much.
Yeah, I was gonna say elders.
elders. Recently, I read this article. A 62-year-old man just recently who had end-stage kidney disease was the first man, maybe human ever, not even just American, to successfully receive a kidney from a pig, and it's actually been very good. However, though, a little insight: it wasn't just a straight transfer, pig to human. There's a biotech company called eGenesis, very biblical, of course. They altered the DNA of the organ of the pig so that I guess it's to make it like very compatible with the human body.
Yeah.
And it worked. So
nice.
Because we heard there was a story I shared with you guys like maybe a year ago where somebody was they were testing like pig's organ, or maybe no, a heart. It was like a animal heart transplant to a human, and I think the guy maybe lived for like a couple hours, and then the heart failed. So, but this guy has been living for like a month now after all tests. So it's pretty good. Every time I hear this shit, man, like I'm very hopeful of the future to come, but then I'm also the pessimist in me. It's like, when is one of this thing is going to be the start of a zombie apocalypse? It's like, it's kind of fucked up for me to think about, but every time I hear this in the news, I'm like, that is so cool. Then my my intrusive thoughts come in and it's like, this is it. This is the start of the zombie apocalypse, But seriously though, it's still cool. Look it up.
That's insane.
Yeah. Hold on one moment.
Well, Steven decided to take a, sidestep. Where'd you go?
I let the dog out. Yeah, missed you too, man. Oh. Missed you too since last week.
Who let the dog out?
Who let the dog out? Hold on.
Did you just confuse him with that question? He just like froze.
he wasn't sure like where he should go with that. Like,
right.
Do I bark?
Yeah.
Do I bark like it?
Processing.
Oh, sorry. It's late.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that we started pretty early today.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Got another article for you guys. I don't know how to pronounce this name. It starts with an N, but it's like, I guess it's pronounced Nvidia. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Like
company in the news.
Company?
Yeah,
the like the giant corporate,
healthcare.
like the giant.
Yeah, pharmaceutical.
Nvidia does games and like,
oh, does it? Oh, whatever.
Chips and things.
Well, whatever it's doing is they're now venturing. If we're talking about the same thing, they're now venturing into healthcare, and
probably.
So they're partnering up with this AI company, where I don't know, man. Ask your wife how she feels about this. It's not going to take over her job. Don't worry, but
you never know.
Nvidia is partnering with this company called Hippocratic AI, and they are offering a roster of minimum $9 per hour AI nurses who basically can replace humans now in certain areas of patient care that can be done virtually. So, for things like simple things, even administrative tasks, even like you call up this AI nurse and you're like, hey, can you pre-fill my medication? Here's my social, blah, blah, blah. And the AI nurse, I'm just giving an example, should be able to cross-reference your social, your name with your prescription and then issue that for you. And yeah, dude, that is crazy. Because, I mean, your wife probably knows in her field. I learned about this recently, but, ever since the pandemic, virtual doctors is a thing now, but if you can cut out some of their day-to-day tasks for stuff that doesn't need like human intervention, and AI can do that now, dude. Shit's crazy.
Oh, yeah, Nvidia. Wow.
Yeah,
That's a big backing.
dude.
Yeah. I mean, I mean,
That is
it's
wild.
a lot of hardware and
Yeah.
software. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense for them to kind of go in that direction. They have all the power behind it. So,
I like this. No AI physicians here. So yeah, we don't believe generative AI is safe enough for diagnosis. So that's smart.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow,
But still,
this
it's dude. I mean,
wild.
I mean, AI was a cool thing. I mean, it's still a cool thing, but you remember when Chat GPT came out and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, this ain't gonna do much. It's not gonna replace jobs." AI won't grow that fast. And then we're like couple years later, you got that. Remember last couple weeks we are talking about that AI game set machine,
Yeah.
and all this other stuff coming out now. Officially, you're getting AI nurses.
yeah.
What's next, man? I mean, shoot.
Has anyone asked them if they're aware?
Oh, actually, speaking of that,
Yeah.
speaking of that, I did read an article. I didn't think it was too serious to bring up, but now that you brought that up, this company was testing this code with AI. They're hoping AI can quickly check to see if this person's code was written correctly, and they were testing the AI by putting some false code lines within it, and that AI caught it, but also the AI reported saying that I know that you were testing me.
Whoa.
Yeah, is that the one you were thinking about, Tyler?
No, I was just.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah,
What-
yeah, because Tyler said he said yes too.
Yeah,
because
there
that was the article
one,
that I read.
There was that
Yeah.
one, but there was also the one where when they were testing, and this one's like obviously it's been swept under the rug a little bit, but when Google and Facebook's or sorry Meta, when their AIs where they were like testing them out and just seeing if they could have a conversation with each other.
Oh yeah,
You
they
read
started
that?
making different languages.
And they started making it in a language like only they could understand after they
Yeah.
started talking about
I
humans.
remember that.
And I was
I
like,
remember
bro, they pulled the plug on it so quick because they were like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
So
Yeah.
wild.
Like,
No, but
look that, dude.
But Dustin, look up the one that I just mentioned. Yeah, the AI, like, it not only found the bad code, but it called out its people saying, "I know you were testing me," and so I was like, "That shit is crazy." Hold on.
Apparently Axel just wants to be part of this.
Yeah. Just
She's over here like, biting at this box and making a mess. I'm like, what the?
She's
hell are
like,
you
she's like, I heard you guys talking about AI.
doing?" Yeah.
mhm.
But I'm gonna let her out again. This is our last time coming in. All right. But yeah, dude, shit's crazy, man. I mean, we always bring this up because it's like, what else can AI replace? And like, you don't think about it, but then now, like, you're hearing in the news that they're replacing a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because
I think I'll be replaced.
easily. Yeah, it's like one of
Absolutely.
those things. There's a lot of things
Yeah.
that we do that a lot of things can take. I mean, look at some of the restaurants right now. You know what I mean? They have like those little robots. You like little touch screen what you want to order, and then it goes takes the thing off, and it comes back with the food. Granted, there's still chefs in the
making it.
back making it,
Yeah.
but they put it on this little robot and just walks over to your or rolls over to your table, and then
Yeah, dude, I
gives you
didn't
your food
believe
with
that.
a smiley face.
Yeah, I did not believe that. I thought this is like some shit you only find in Japan or Korea. But my brother took me to a conveyor belt sushi spot in Bellevue.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong, it's not like fancy or upscale or anything, even though it's in Bellevue, but it's like a popular spot, always busy. You gotta get reservations. Not because it's expensive, but just because it's so popular. But it's the only time you ever see a hostess is when they're walking you to your seat. And then when you're sitting in your seat, you order your drinks and it comes to your table with like a virtual robot, and your drinks are in there. And then like my brother was like messing around one time where he was like, let's see what happens if we just like don't grab it yet. I guess there is a timer. It's not AI obviously, but there is a timer. It starts going away with you and with your drink if you don't pick it up. But other than that, it's the typical conveyor belt sushi. You can grab what you want. But if you want to order specifically from the chef, you like type it in the computer, and then yes, when your order is ready, the chef puts it on the conveyor belt, and there's a personal conveyor belt that shoots your specific order. So you never have to talk to any employee ever again, except for the
Wild.
hostess in the beginning. Dude, it's pretty cool. I thought it was something that you can only find in Japan or Korea or something. But
Yeah, no,
hey,
it's
we got it
slowly-
here in the US.
It's crazy too, because like even when I was at one of my conferences, and one of the keynotes was like the former CIO of Google, and he was talking about like because he was like, people think that generative AI has been around like only a few years, but really that's been going on for years, and then as soon as it like came out, everyone's like, oh, it'll still, it's still looking like 2034 is going to be like when things start slowly like taking over, in the sense of like, oh, it can take your jobs. And this guy was like, no, dude, 2026 or 2027 at the rate that it's learning,
Yeah.
cut that in half, and then it's going to be kind of taking over jobs and all these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Granted, there's a lot of jobs you still have to do in person. There's that human aspect that you need, but there's a lot of things that AI could take over for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Shit's
Yeah,
crazy.
That
man.
really didn't worry me 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think you're right about that. Like, that's just not something I was concerned with until like
Same, dude.
10 minutes ago when you brought up this article.
Yep, same. Just mess around with your wife. Just say, hey, guess what I learned today? Your job's about to be replaced first before me. And just mess around and just be like, Nvidia is taking over in the medical field.
Let me tell you, if she lost nurses to this, she'd be utterly in trouble.
Yeah, dude.
But
See what
there
she
are-
thinks about it, man. That's pretty crazy.
I sent it to her. Obviously I'm busy, so I can't like have a full conversation with her right now.
Yeah.
But
why
no, I
are
mean,
you so busy? Just
yeah.
kidding. Yeah.
But like, I know if she was here, she'd be like, "Oh my god," because she can't live without those folks. you know?
Yeah. I mean,
Especially not with the knowing how things work.
yeah.
Ugh. It's hard. To,
Yeah, dude.
it's hard to-
I mean, like it's like almost every week there's like a new AI thing that's like more and more like taken over, I guess I can't think of the right term, but yeah. Like Tyler was saying, no, dude, like it's happening like right now and it's growing so fast. Like I'm glad that you brought up, because I didn't think that article was worth sharing, but until you brought up the fact that like Dustin, when you ask, has anyone even asked if it's aware of itself?
Yeah.
I'm sure someone has, but they're not leaking that info. But it's crazy that the like the most recent article I read, like an AI was self-aware to be like, hey, I found the bad code you're written, and I know that you're testing me. And it was like, whoa,
So
that's
wild.
Shut
shit's
it off.
wild.
Shut it off.
pull the plug,
Pull it.
I feel like in this case, dude, AI and technology is so advanced. It's not like us back in the 90s, where you just like, oh, the Super Nintendo's not working, just fucking yank the plug. I feel like AI now, that doesn't stop it. As long as there's like wireless internet, wireless capabilities, I feel like that AI will stay alive, dude. Yeah, pulling the plug won't do shit.
Yeah. Even did you see Zoom was just like, yeah, we know.
Oh, did
like, Zoom's
it?
in
Wait.
on it. Yeah.
Did it?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
bubbled.
did
That's why
the-
we
did
laughed
the
at you.
bubble- did the
Oh,
bubble
I
thing
can't
for
see
you.
it on my end, so that's
Oh,
why I'm like,
yeah.
No,
No,
but the hilarious part is that when you're like, yeah, AI is not gonna give a shit or whatever you said. Like
it was like
the bubble's like,
yeah,
like,
Zoom,
yeah, we know.
Zoom,
Like we're
Self-aware.
ready for you, fuckers.
Zoom is actually
self-aware.
sending those like winky face emojis.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I didn't see it on my end, but like, what was it? FaceTime, Apple's FaceTime.
That's
Like, sometimes
essentially
you'll
what
do-
just happened.
Yeah, and so you'll do like a hand motion and it'll do an emoji, and I'm like, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah, that's I don't know how to turn that off yet.
Yeah, I don't know how to turn it on or off. I'm like, it just happens.
Yeah.
It just
I'm
happened.
like, I don't remember turning that on either, which is
Yeah.
the part that pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's AI,
you just
man.
hear
Update.
you
Turned
just hear
itself on.
Siri talk to you right now saying, "Oops, sorry." You're just like, "What?"
The funny thing is, I immediately looked on my phone to be like, "Oh God,
It's so crazy
don't
because
do it."
our Google Home would do that sometimes. Like we won't even say anything, and then it'll just start talking, and we're like,
yeah,
"The hell,
dude,
What?"
like
It was listening to something.
now that we got like a record record player system with speakers,
Mhm.
you know, we kind of, which also connects to Bluetooth too, so like we could connect things now. I don't use my Google Home speaker anymore, but there was times when I forgot that I left it plugged in, and we're just watching a movie, surround sound, whatever, right? And like everything is quiet, and then all of a sudden Google's like, sorry, what did you say? And we're like, we didn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm like, turn that shit off, unplug it. And then it just like somehow Google's voice just creeps. You unplug it, but like I said, it travels wirelessly into our other Bluetooth speakers and just still talks to us. That's AI, man.
I've seen too many movies where, you know, things can be created out of nothing to not believe that can happen.
Yeah.
Like we were raised on Marvel movies where, Tony Stark just makes things appear,
Right. And that's not so far off nowadays. There's technology where I mean it won't be no, fuck that. I take that back. Apple Vision Pro is literally like the Tony Stark software now. You know? Yeah. I was
Good
gonna
old
say there's
Jarvis.
nothing like that exactly like that yet. Then I was like, hold on. The Apple Vision Pro is exactly like that.
Yeah. Jarvis just not talking to you like Jarvis yet.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure if you can
Oh,
integrate
but man,
AI to
It'd
it.
be so great if we could get the Jarvis voice. Like it needs to have.
Yes, that would be
so cool.
amazing.
I'm sure when we're more integrated with AI in our lives and everyone has a Apple Vision Pro because it's more affordable now because AI is making it more affordable. I'm sure there'll be some app developer to put Jarvis, on that.
Speaking of implants, the dude that's
Elon
got the
yeah.
No, I'm like the dude that's like Elon, and I'm like, it was just weird because like you were like reading my mind.
Yeah, man, that's how we do it.
I know.
Are you talking about are you talking about the kidney from earlier today?
No,
or
I was talking about what I was actually doing was talking about the guy that's like handicapped, and then you said Elon, and I thought you were making fun of making fun of Elon Musk.
Oh no, I'm saying Elon's
and I was
company.
Yeah. Anyway, they put that chip or whatever in that one dude's head the other day.
Yeah. And
he's like,
it helped his
talking
function
like through the computer.
Yeah. But it also helped the paralyzed man, like it helped his brain send signals to his paralyzed part of his body to move it again. Yeah.
Right. Wild.
It is, man. Shit, I forgot about that article, but can you imagine AI plus all that? That's Jarvis can be real, dude. Jarvis, like you could put Jarvis in a fucking corpse, with that helmet on that sends, electrodes
You
through
mean
the body
Vision?
to Vision or yeah, you're right. Jarvis becomes Vision, right? Is that how it is, right? Yeah.
You know what this won't be like? No, what will happen because we just can't have nice things. Instead of having like nice Jarvis, what we're actually gonna get is, and not that this is bad, but like we're gonna get like Robin Williams from that one 2000
iRobot.
Man.
Oh my god,
iRobot or whatever. Or is that Will Smith?
No.
That was Will Smith.
That's
we'll
Smith.
probably get that.
That was just
we'll get that too.
Yeah.
Sonny.
Yeah, but what I think we're actually gonna get is like the Robin Williams, where like everyone's got like essentially a like a robot that assists around the house and things like that.
Isn't that
Robin Williams
Bicentennial Man or something?
Bicentennial Man.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's I think what we're gonna get. Now if we got a nice Robin Williams out of it, that's a touching.
I will say this.
Just gonna guess it's gonna be a bunch of old robots.
my because I watch so many movies, read so many books, right? The pessimistic intrusive thought of me is like the day that we realize that we can input AI into like a robot or an android. Two things. One, that's when I'm immediately going to be like, okay, buckle up. This might be the end of the world because we're going to be fighting AI androids. But here's my worst thought. Based on the capitalist society that we will never run away from. Can you imagine? I'm sure in the next couple years, or maybe even 2-3 decades, right, is reasonable. 2-3 decades, when we have Android AI, the rich can be alive forever because they'll just transplant their brain into like an Android, and it won't allow like, middle class or poor people to stay alive. So the rich will continue to stay alive forever because they'll just transplant their mind memories. Maybe I don't know. Like in 3 decades, where the technology goes.
There's a movie like this.
Yeah.
There's also
So that's
a
why
video
I'm not
game
far off.
like this too.
There's
Yeah.
a what?
A video game,
Oh,
What game is that?
Destiny.
Oh,
Play it all the time. But yeah, no. They were also talking about. I mean, if you don't know the lore of Destiny, there's videos on it. But yeah, no, there's like a scientist that does that where he creates his thing, but he obviously wants to continue his work, so he transfers his mind into an AI and then continues to do that. But then he sees the flaws and other things, and they try to take over the world, and there's a war mind. And,
yeah. And you people will definitely make this a racial thing. It's gonna be another Get Out, but future part 2. You seen the movie Get Out? Doesn't?
I have not.
Is it okay if I spoil it for you, or will you ever
Please.
watch it? Okay, it's that
May.
Jordan Peele hit. All right, for our listeners, spoiler now in 3, 2, 1. If you haven't heard it, and so here's a spoiler. So Get Out is Jordan Peele's first hit like horror movie, right? It's like thriller horror movie. It's it's like some racial tension vibes, right? When you first watch it, it's about this black kid. He's the main character. He's dating a white woman, and in the beginning of the movie, she's taking him to her family's compound for him to meet her family for the first time, and also it's like a Thanksgiving weekend, right? As he arrives there, he realizes he's the only black guy. There's a couple other black people from the quote unquote neighborhood, but they're giving off kind of like I'm kind of enslaved here vibes, right? You're getting kind of like this weird like Uncle Tom type vibes, and he's just like, and he's a black kid from the suburbs, or like not the suburbs, the city, right? So he's an urban kid, and he's just like something weird's going on. So here's a spoiler. Turns out that it's an amazing plot, by the way. I still recommend you watch it even after I spoil it, because it was one of the most unique plot twists I've ever heard. So the whole movie he's starting to get angry with all these white folks because he's like, you guys are fucking racist, like you guys hate black people and all this stuff, right? Because there's things that they say and do. The plot twist at the end, he realized that they confessed to him. They're like, no, we're not racist, and actually we do love black people, and we love black people so much that they kidnap black people, and with using like witchcraft or some shit like that, they basically kill the soul of black people so that the elders that are dying off can basically be reborn in a black person's body, and so he was one of the latest victims that this girlfriend was bringing to the family, so that an elder can basically kill him off, so that elder can take over the body. Dude, it's one of the craziest twists ever, because it's like you, when you're watching this movie, you're like, okay, this is a typical black versus white racial tension movie, and it's like, it's not, because there was no inclination in the whole movie that this is like a supernatural type movie. And then, but the way that it does the plot twist is so beautifully done. I didn't believe the hype. You know me, I don't like to watch things that are overhyped, and it was overhyped when it first came out. I watched it a couple years later, and I was like, okay, I get it. That was a very well done movie. That's why Jordan Peele is so popular. It was because of like his unique way of telling plot twists and stuff. Nice. But anyways, I still recommend watching Get Out.
Yeah.
But anyways,
It's more of a hypnotic thing.
Okay, not witchcraft.
No,
but still,
it's hypnotism, and it basically causes. Well, okay, he's not the only black person at this party.
right.
There's black people there, but they are very like, I guess,
I think they're already taken over.
No, they are.
already
They
taken
are.
over,
But I'm just saying that there's other black people there. So when he's like, "Oh, my brother," and then he's just like, "Hello, nice to meet you, sir," and very much like a
like
country
Uncle Tom-ish.
country dude, Uncle Tom, or whatever the guys. I just remember the one guy. He's like that. He's the blind. He's the guy actually that they're taking the part of the brain out.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So they
The
so they
blind
do. Okay, sorry, it's not witchcraft. It's like
It's hypnotism.
but then they replace
it's a part of
elder's
it's like a
brain.
neurosurgeon. So there's a
Yeah.
neurosurgeon here, right? There's hypnotism. So they hypnotize like black people essentially because they have better genetics, live longer.
Oh, that's the twist,
and
dude.
more athletic.
Yeah.
And that's why they want them, because they're a prize specimen. So then they hypnotize them to where their consciousness goes into like a sunken place. They are still in their conscious is still in their body,
But they lose their physical
but they
body.
lose their physical body to when they do the like neurosurgeon, they put a piece of the mind of whoever the white person who's dying off into their body.
So that they can control the new
they
black
can
body.
control basically the consciousness. But
Yeah.
there's obviously parts where like obviously it's not been perfected, so some of the consciousness of the some of the black people will come back or creep up and be like, you got to get out, help, and then the mind is just like, no, get back into your hole kind of thing.
Well, before you say anything, Dustin, Tyler, you said it best. I totally forgot. The greatest plot twist isn't that he finds out that there's these old white people trying to take over black bodies, but the biggest plot twist narrative was what Tyler just said was, do you know how the racial narrative is that black people are always inferior? Back in the slavery days, but this plot narrative twist was that the white people wants to take over the black people because actually their genetics is more superior. so that's why they kidnap these black people, and for the elders who are dying off, they get to take over a black body.
That went darker than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you should just watch it. Honestly, it's kind of
it's a very good movie, dude. It's even though we kind of spoil it for you, but it's so well done that it's worth watching.
Nice.
Yeah. But anyways, now that we kind of brought up probably one of my favorite films in the last decade that I totally forgot about. But yeah, this AI thing.
It was a good thing. What?
Yeah.
See, now we're talking about it. I'm like, what set off the? Oh, that's what it was. So the when they try to hide down and suppress the consciousness of the black people, I was like, what made that guy like freak out and be like, oh shit, I'm still alive, I'm still in this body? It was the Flash on the.
Oh yeah, the Flash like awoken his
picture.
Psyche.
Yeah, it woke him
the main
up
character.
Because like part of it's like lights and bells and all that stuff. So when they use the flash of the camera,
and it's also like because Jordan Peele, right, Dustin?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's a comedian first.
Oh, yeah.
But he has such a very good storytelling mind. So even though Get Out is a horror thriller type movie, there's a lot of dark humor in it too. So there's still like some characters who does some good jokes in there. So it's also like a dark humor suspense movie, pretty much.
Nice.
Like for example, in the beginning, the main character's best friend is another black guy. He's he's already prefacing in the beginning of the movie for the viewers. He's like, man, you just met this white bitch. Like you're gonna go to like a compound far away and all this stuff. So it's kind of like, but the way he says it's funnier, obviously. But turns out that there was like some twists with that whole family. But it's pretty cool, man. I recommend it. Yeah. But anyways, I was kind of long tangent on that point. We were going back to our AI Android rich people in the future, staying alive, putting their minds into AI or androids. Similar concept, man. Just like you said earlier, Destin. Storytellers, we watched a lot of movies. People just don't come up with this shit. There had to be some inspiration somewhere, right? And so I don't know, man. My pessimistic, intrusive thoughts is like this might be good for humanity, right? With Android, AI, all that stuff, but which people are benefiting from this? That's a dark thought for you to sleep on tonight. More specific for Dustin because his people's guilt. I'm just kidding, dude.
Oh, white guilt.
Yeah, white guilt.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
It's weighing on my shoulders just like all day,
Yeah, every night, man.
I have a real hard time with it.
Yeah, every night he's eating he's eating fried chicken with stir fried noodles.
Not doing that in this context. I sure ain't.
Fried chicken with stir fried noodles. You're eating it with chopsticks, and then you go and confess your sins before you go to sleep at night because the white guilt. Man, I get it.
I do some self-flagellation. You have to really bury it deep, and
yeah.
Well,
that's why all your shirts are stained red on the back.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta confess. You gotta prove yourself.
Let's move on. All right, less AI talks, but more advanced technology conversations. Hey, this is in your neck of the woods, or close to you, Dustin. So Virginia is the first in the country to do this as of last week. Probably they still are. So DoorDash announced a couple weeks ago that they're finally rolling out a new fast food delivery system using drones. And there's this Wendys is the first one to do it, specifically a Wendys in Virginia.
Yeah.
And the criteria is if you live within 2.5 mile radius, you can order delivery by drone from this Wendys to your house. And depending on what you order, the delivery could come anytime between 10 and 30 minutes. And the drone itself is traveling up to 65 miles per hour in any direction. So if you know anyone at this particular Wendys, Dustin, go visit them, try this out. Let us know how it works, man.
I'm more fascinated by the fact that Wendys is doing this.
Right. Like
Wendys of all, not McDonald's.
Right.
Hey, Wendys is the most woke. Come on now.
Hey, but remember,
you see how she roasts people on Twitter?
Hey, remember a couple weeks ago?
Well,
hold on.
Yeah.
Remember a couple weeks ago, Wendys almost fucked up. Remember, they were going to be the first fast food chain to do surge pricing. You remember that?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck Wendys, man. But I mean,
yeah, we haven't forgiven Wendys.
Yeah, but since everyone had backlash against them, they decided to not do surge pricing. But you're right though, Dustin. Now that I didn't even think about that, Wendys is trying a lot of new things right now. They were almost the first to do surge pricing, and now they're the first to do drone delivery. So
the Wendys that I'm that's not near my house, but I drive by it routinely. We thought it was being torn down. They're like, no, we're remodeling and redoing this space, and they shut it down for like 3 months and rebuilt it back up. Like, I did not know Wendys had remodeling money.
Yeah,
I thought Wendys just had the worst still seats.
Right, like the 80s style, 90s style indoor seating.
It's crazy because Wendys is probably the most fashionable fast food place now. In the sense of have you ever been into Wendys lately?
No, dude.
No.
Bro, just recently, dude.
It's so modern.
So maybe that's what I'm missing is I haven't gone into this new Wendys.
Okay, for fast food, I've never been in there. There was another day. I think I remember telling you guys a story, but I'll just tell it again. I think it was like a couple months ago. I was taking out my nieces. We took them to we were gonna take them shopping. I think actually this was back in December for Christmas shopping. and for a quick lunch, they wanted Chick-fil-A, right? And for whatever reason, Chick-fil-A Chick-fil-A is always busy, but for Chick-fil-A was lines out the road. I mean, like lines out the country, even like it was so fucking long. And but instead of going to a different place, we're like, fuck it, because there was a lot. Oh, did it do that? Oh, I saw it now. It did the little thumbs up. But there was a lot of parking, and so we're like, fuck it, let's just park and let's just go inside. And it was the first time in probably decades, man, or 2 decades, that I ever walked inside a fast food joint, and we even sat and ate in there. Now I will say though, I haven't been into Wendy's. I've sat and ate in a couple McDonald's, Burger Kings before, right? But if you guys never been inside a Chick-fil-A and sit down to eat, they have waiters and waitresses. Not that they come up to you to take your order, but they come up to you to ask you how you're doing. Can I get you something else? They even the sweet lady who we were talking to, because we were talking about like Christmas trees with her. I asked her like, "Hey, where's the nearest garbage can so I can throw the food when I'm done?" Like, she literally yelled at me saying, "Don't you fucking dare! Just call me. I will come take your trash." I'm like, "Chill, lady. I got this. It's all right." But you know how the joke is how they train Chick-fil-A employees. How they're all super helpful and everything. I'm not gonna lie. Whatever they're doing, their training is top notch for their employees.
You're liking it.
Yeah,
like
I low-key like it, but I'm also someone who I don't like to be like, if I was like super wealthy, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would hire like house cleaners and maids, but I wouldn't disrespect them. It's just how I am. Like I just don't like to be waited on hand and foot. So especially at a fast food place, it's like, it's okay, lady. I like, I just licked my fingers after eating this, and I could, throw it away and clean my hands later.
She doesn't want AI replacing her job. She got to.
Oh, hey, actually, Chick-fil-A has such a good reputation. I think they would be the last to get replaced.
Probably.
Because how are you going to replace that good? Yeah, how are you going to replace that good?
Bro.
Yeah, the hospitality, dude. A fucking AI ain't going to do that for me. But anyways, but yeah, if you can find that Wendy's, Dustin, let us know, man.
I'm gonna go. I'll report back.
Yeah. It doesn't. Now I don't know if you need a like DoorDash, right? So it is through DoorDash, and DoorDash, you don't need a place of residence, right? Like you can order to like a street corner, right? I don't know. I've never done it, but I know that you can order things like to a hotel. I should
order
room.
It like just sit in my car, just have it like
go sit in your car.
As long as you have like an address or a PIN, like
okay.
You can do that. Because technically, like speaking of this, like I didn't eat anything before going to Steven's wedding, because like we had to be there early and we just didn't have time to eat anything. So we actually DoorDash something to like the hill that your venue was on.
Yeah.
And they just dropped it off, and he was just like looking around. I'm like, "Hey, is that for Allie?" And they're just like, "Oh yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, perfect. That's my lunch, because I had to be here." And he was like, "Oh, okay."
Your direction says, put it in that hill, dig a hole 5 feet deep or 3 feet deep, and put the food slowly into the hole.
Slowly into the hole. And once you've dropped it,
wait, what are we watching?
Call like a bird.
Yeah. I think it was like a video on page 8 of Pornhub.
That sounds like it.
Yeah.
All right. It's in Christiansburg. Oh, it's south of Roanoke. No, that's very far away. I'm not driving there for you.
Is it?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Do it for research purposes. Do it for us. Do it for the boys, dude.
For the boys.
For the boys.
No. Sorry.
Don't you guys have a good like train system or something? Take the train down there.
Yeah, the metro does not go 4 miles or 4 miles, 4 hours away.
Not bad.
But if you ever get the chance,
different. Not probably anywhere near where this place is, but
no, Roanoke is not close.
Oh, okay. Is Ray closer to that, or is it just as far?
No, Ray is literally about as the crow flies, like 10 miles from me.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's just as far as well.
There's just
Hey, one day you ever get the chance, so I just imagine you just putting some specific like drone instructions saying like, "Hey, my car has a sunroof. I want the drone to specifically drop it through the sunroof."
I just want to be floating down the Potomac and just have it just just come get me.
Right.
Which I'm
Oh,
sure
dude.
DC,
How
and
cool would that be?
well, I'm sure that Secret Service would love it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
Just a
Yeah,
random
federal
drone,
airspace, man.
dropping off a Sammy,
No, dropping off like a milkshake or a
Yeah.
ice
Oh,
cream.
but the chocolate shake they have, the what do you call that? The Wendy's
Frosty.
the
Frosty, yes. I know. I was blanking on that
do
term
miss a
too.
Frosty.
Frosty.
I hope you agree. The best fries to ever put in ice cream are Wendy's.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Into a Frosty.
I agree.
There
100%.
is no substitute for this.
No.
I agree.
Yeah.
You can't, like your wife can't be like, Dustin, we got Frosties at home. We got put in some fries in the air fryer and we have a bucket of vanilla ice cream. Does not work.
Nope.
It has to be Frosty from
can't-
Wendy's.
You can't have a Frosty from Wendy's and McDonald's fries and think
No,
you're
Yes,
gonna
it
get
has
that.
to be Wendy's
It has to be
fries.
Wendy's
Yes.
fries
to be
because
Wendy's
we
fries.
did this the other day actually because we were well no I say this like seriously in all seriousness like probably about 2 months ago now. Allie was just like one of the days she just had a bad day and she's like, can we just have like fries? And I'm like what, where, from where? And she's like,
Yeah.
wherever. I'm like, just fries? Like you don't want anything else? She's like, no, we can get something else, but I need fries. And I'm like, all right, well, we live like 4 minutes down from like this little center. So we went and got like fries from like Muya's, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, and surprisingly the fries from like Taco Bell. I don't know if you've had I mean, Dustin, you go to Taco Bell often. They're not bad.
Oh, Taco Bell. Sorry.
Taco Bell,
No,
yeah.
I've never had
The
Taco
fries
Bell.
actually aren't that bad, surprisingly enough. But yeah, she also got a Frosty because she wanted a Frosty, and we're like, let's just try it. And like, nah, this doesn't work. You can't do it. You have to use Wendy's fries. That's
exactly
the best combination.
Exactly. Speaking of Taco Bell, did you guys see those viral videos like a couple months ago? Apparently, Taco Bell released a menu for the new year. Like, I guess they have like some new foods for the next year. And there was that viral video where it was like people at a Taco Bell conference, legitimate conference, by the way. But I don't know if the viral video is real or not. But a lot of the people in the audience were so impressed, so like moved by the new Taco Bell menu for the next year. There were actually people like crying and everything.
Wow.
It has to be a fake viral video, but it was just hilarious.
I'm gonna have to look that up because that's
But no, but the
hilarious.
conference and the new menu is a legitimate thing that they posted. But the viral video of the people in the audience just like so overwhelmed in a good way of the menu was the funniest thing to watch, dude.
It is. They were just like,
but yeah, but like it was so well shot. You didn't know if it was like legitimate, like people at an actual conference, or like it didn't seem like a fake video or like an acting video. So it was like, but these days, that perspective of the camera is so top notch these days. You could probably just assume that it was an acting video because the people's reactions were so ridiculous.
I'm gonna have to find that.
Yeah, just look up Taco Bell reveal their new menu conference or something like that video. But yeah. All right. One last article before we wrap it up. This is more for Tyler's, so he's not looking bored all the time. So
I've been talking this whole video.
I know you have.
This
Right.
whole episode I've been talking.
I know. No, yeah, true. You have.
I'm just doing research for the boys, sending messages so that people can get caught up with the news.
Exactly. At least someone's doing something for the boys. Dustin, come on, man. Go to that Virginia place.
No, this was a real thing, by the way. This was like a whole
which one? The Taco Bell
thing. The Taco Bell thing.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The conference was real, but I didn't know if the reaction from the people at the conference, that viral video, was real. That didn't seem real to me.
I mean, it could have been. Here, Dustin,
Yeah.
I'll send it to you real quick because
Yeah.
the crazy thing is this is an hour and 13 minutes long, so feel free to skip. But
Oh my gosh, yeah.
it's crazy because I was just like, what in the world?
Yeah, no, that's
they
what
actually had like an actual. It's like the Apple event every year.
Yeah.
For Taco Bell.
No, I'm watching it. Yeah.
Live Moss Live.
Yeah. There's even a video intermission for allowing the people to go to the bathroom and take a massive shit.
Well, that's nice of them.
Yeah. All right. Like I was saying, before Tyler gets bored on us, I have to bring a little sports news to talk about. For our last article of the night, Tyler, what do you think about our golden boy, your golden boy as well, Japan's golden boy, Shohei Ohtani's betting
How did
scandal?
you say his name? God damn,
know.
he's butchered that
Shohei
name, bro.
Ohtani? Shohei? Is it Shohei?
Yeah.
God, I sound like you people.
Steven's over here like Shung Wei.
Yeah. I just add like a ching sound at the end of that. I don't know.
No. I was saying it like feng
I can say that,
shui.
Dustin. I can say that.
He went to like early 2000s, like South Park, like Ching Chong Wing Wong. Like, what are you doing over there?
But Dustin, you know who Ohtani is, though, right? When MLB's current best, probably the best baseball player in the world right now. He can do it all. Literally, he can bat, he can pitch, well, if you look him up, he's the guy that is getting paid like generational wealth until the world ends. For money from the Dodgers recently.
Yeah, the pitcher.
Yeah, but he's also a batter. Like, he's a two-way player. Like, he's that good that he can play both ways. So anyways, Ohtani, who not only is pretty much the best baseball player on the planet, is quickly becoming America's sweetheart. Even though he's a Japanese-born player, he's obviously Japan's sweetheart. But just recently, this huge scandal came out where his longtime interpreter, was caught in a betting scandal that involved Ohtani. However, it's amid all these allegations, whether, again, my pessimistic and true thoughts are coming in, Ohtani is paying off or letting his interpreter take all the blame so that he can continue to look like the golden boy. But apparently the interpreter got fired because the allegations was that he was doing major money line bets that he lost out on, and that he owes like $4.5 million, and he was stealing that money from Ohtani. Is the allegations. But I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I would like to think Ohtani is that great of a guy, but in a world like we are in, my pessimistic intrusive thoughts coming in again. That's the theme of the night. I felt like he was a part of the scandal, but because he can continue to get the money, right? He can basically use his interpreter as a scapegoat. Obviously, they'll work out a private deal like, I'll continue to pay your family $1 million a year, right? Because Ohtani can afford that shit. I don't know, man. What do you think, Tyler? He's your people.
It's true. He is my people.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It looks sketchy. I'll just say
it does.
It looks very sketchy. And it brings up the whole point of, obviously, like, if they're gonna ban, like, if they do probe into it. I mean, they are probing into it. But if it does come back that he's involved, obviously, like, they're gonna have to ban him. I was like, it sucks to say that because he's like a once in a generation type of player, but like,
do you imagine if he got banned?
They banned Pete Rose. I mean, and he's still banned after all these years. Like, the Reds have kind of forgiven him, but there's still a ban on Pete Rose. Like, he can't even do anything with, he can't get into the Hall of Fame, do all that stuff. But it's kind of, anyways, I digress. But it does look
rarely happens like that, right?
Yeah. So it does look bad. It's a sketchy looking situation. Because they're wire transfers, and they're like for $500,000 to Ipe to his interpreter. So it was just very much like
That
Yeah.
wow, didn't know interpreters made that kind of money.
Right.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
so
so-
I
so
mean, it
there's-
does.
So it looks like money laundering.
Yeah,
It
essentially,
appears to be so.
Yeah,
There's
it
no
looks
allegations
like,
made from us. About that.
right.
No. We're just speculating as our opinions allow.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look to
Don't come after us, Ohtani.
Yeah. I'm your people.
We
don't-
laughed, and now he's going to come after us. I'm sorry, Tyler.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. It happens. No, it's just it's a weird situation looking at it though, because it's like, I mean, all signs and fingers point to that, but I don't know. Because I mean, as an athlete, you can't bet on sports until you retire. Then do whatever the hell you want. But yeah, when you're active, you can't be betting on sports. And
Yeah.
if he was just using him as a proxy, essentially, to do it on his behalf. But in a press conference today, obviously, he said that wasn't the case, and that Ipe stole money from him, because I mean that's essentially what the narrative is that
Yeah.
they stole money from him. So
And Otani's going to spend a lot of money to keep that narrative. Again, assuming he's guilty. That's just my pessimistic, intrusive thoughts. But
it's
I'm
mostly
hoping
gonna
it-
be Ohtani's team. I feel like, well, if it goes down that way, right? It's going to be
Yeah.
like Team 3 for
Yeah.
Russ, where it's just going to be all of that. But he did address it in the media today.
yeah, I heard he was going to do that today. I didn't see that far. I just grabbed this article from like a couple days ago.
Yeah, no, I
That-
mean it does look suspect, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how much access like his interpreter had. He did have a lot of access to a lot of things with
Yeah,
his
which is
wife and all that, because
Yeah.
Shohei, he was here by himself for how many years in California. I mean, he's still in
Mhm.
California. He's just in Dodger blue and not Angel red now. But yeah, I mean, he was like, he's the only guy here, and it was his interpreter. So I
Right.
mean,
Yeah, man. I hope I hope Otani's innocent. I mean, come on, man. I have one of the coolest baseball cards by him that I bought recently. It was like a limited edition MVP card that from his last year. And when he was announced MVP of the AL, he was in Japan or something. And so he actually was on TV in his turtleneck and his dog on his arm while he was accepting the MVP award. And they put that in a card, and I had to buy it. And I was like, that is one of my favorite cards of all time. Because you know me, I'm not a big baseball fan, like until recently, right? Like I started enjoying baseball a lot more recently. But I have to say, as of recent, Ohtani was a major reason why I started enjoying baseball. When I started watching the World Baseball Classics, this last one, where he Japan won. Like, come on, man, this guy is like amazing to watch. Like, if you're not a baseball fan before, you don't care, or you think it's too slow, watch his highlights, dude. Like, Ohtani is fun to watch. Almost like Messi. We haven't talked about Messi in a while. Just kidding. We won't talk about
Thought
Messi.
that's where you were going.
Yeah.
Thought that's where you were headed.
surprised it only took an hour and 8 minutes.
Yeah. A quick Messi news though. Miami finally lost. However, Messi did not play. And Miami suffered their first loss of the season. But Messi was not playing. So you know what I'm
All the evidence you need.
all the
all the
evidence
evidence.
you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all the time we got. That was a good catch up episode.
I was gonna say, I do wonder what people think when they hear you talk about Messi. I'm just curious how many people are just like, who asked? Who asked?
Yeah. Who asked?
Yeah. Who put that in
Hey.
the comments?
But there's also a group of followers who was also like, it took you that long to finally mention our Lord and Savior Messi. No, I'm just kidding. Just shouldn't say that. But yeah, it took you that
Should
long
have
to
been
mention
right up
Messi.
there with the Dune bucket, man.
Yeah, it should have been Messi Doom bucket.
It was a messy doom bucket.
Hey,
Hey, all right.
Hey.
but
Oh,
Good
wrapping
pun,
that right
man.
up.
Yeah.
Well, no,
right.
Tyler set it up.
Yes.
yes.
I went
Yeah.
in for the assist.
That was a good one. Oh, nice. Dang, Dustin. Dustin said with the assist, man, your
Yeah.
primitive sports brain is growing.
I leveled up. Up.
That was a good
I'm here
sports
for
word.
you all.
Thank you, man. We all learn and grow together, right? Anyways, final thoughts before
No,
we
just
wrap
stop
it up?
right there.
Yes,
Yeah.
Stop it right there.
any final thoughts before we
outro.
say goodnight?
Go
Nope.
outro.
All right, we're ending it right now. All right, guys. Thank you for those commentaries. And like I like to say before we sign off, man,
Oh,
keep talking with each other, keep thinking together, keep growing together, keep learning new things together, like we clearly done this episode. Have a good night, and we'll see y'all next week.